Welcome to Scrolling Minds, the podcast where we talk about how social media plays a role in mental health in today's world. My name is Bhumi.
And I'm Adam, and in this episode, we will look at how social media can be a major source of stress and its connection to mental health problems like anxiety and depression. Have you ever found yourself just mindlessly scrolling through messages, feeling overwhelmed to reply to the messages instantly, or feeling low after seeing some news on the internet? We'll be breaking it all down today in this episode.
Yes, today we will be covering doom scrolling, cyberbullying, the urge and pressure to be online 24/7, and looking at whether a social media detox actually helps. Additionally, we will be doing a 24-hour no social media challenge, so you guys should stay tuned to know how that ends up going.
Let's begin the segment with doom scrolling. So what is doom scrolling? Some of our older viewers may ask if it is mindlessly scrolling through negative and sad content even though you know it's bad for you.
Definitely, it can be very addicting. You come across one gloomy news story, then another, and before you know it, you're trapped in a continuous cycle of consuming highly negative information. It's as if your mind is actively seeking out bad news.
And the worst part is that it keeps you awake during the night. Many studies show how correlation between the consumption of social media in the night to anxiety, especially when consumed before bed, disturbing overall sleep quality.
Exactly, and let's be real here. The social media algorithm loves engaging you with depressing content because it understands how much you engage with it, and it loves feeding it to you, and it ends up becoming a whole cycle.
Another huge stress trigger is the need to be online 24/7, because right now, if you don't reply in a few minutes, people assume that you're ignoring them or ghosting them.
Yeah, and don't get me started on the whole WhatsApp blue tick saga, because people see that you have seen the message and get offended that you don't reply to them instantly.
It's like people have forgotten that it is normal to disconnect from social media sometimes, because the constant notifications and the pressure to keep up with posts is very exhausting.
I also read that an increase in levels of social media use is directly linked to an increase in cortisol levels, which is a stress hormone. So if you are feeling stuck or lost in life, it might not be your life, but like your mom always tells you, it might be your phone after all.
We cannot talk about social media without addressing cyberbullying, because some people say things online that they would never say in person.
I agree. It's almost like these platforms remove the idea of empathy. People fail to understand how a single negative comment could ruin somebody's day, and for influencers, it is a much worse story. That is because social media is their job.
Some people get anxious seeing online drama or toxic behavior, and that's not even direct hate. Social media is always filled with negativity.
And that is why setting boundaries is very important and understanding where the line is. Muting these toxic accounts and turning off your notifications can help you avoid this negativity in your life.
Entering the last segment for this episode, let's talk about the 24-hour social media detox challenge. How did it go for you?
If I'm being honest, the first 4 to 5 hours were very weird because I kept reaching out and looking for my phone without my knowledge. After a while, I started feeling lighter and less distracted.
Same, I felt like I had a lot more time in my day and felt mentally more free, no more mindless scrolling, and the best of all, no more stressful notifications.
Taking a break helps a lot, even if it's just a day off. It makes a huge difference in how we feel mentally, and it also helps us regulate our stress levels.
In conclusion, what did we learn from this episode? We learned that social media is a fun place to engage after a tough day, but it also fuels anxiety and stress if consumed excessively.
Right. If you ever find yourself feeling overwhelmed, I believe a little bit of a break could help you get back on your feet. Because at the end of the day, your mental health is what matters the most.
That's the end of the episode 2 of our podcast, and we would love to know your thoughts. And have you ever felt overwhelmed? Let us know on our social media platforms, and stay tuned for the next episode where we will discuss social media and relationships.